We're rolling.
Alrighty, Sharp Customs. I believe we are rolling. So, update. I know it's been a while. Share, like, subscribe, comment. I know you hate hearing that. So we've done some work on one of the 52s. We got this lower corner. You can have a look inside. I'm just grabbing the light so you can see. We just put some pieces in just to get it all worked out, all the structure. We got a whole new corner here. We put the piece in there for the hinge pocket. We got that all wrapped up. We've got a panel that has to be fastened to the inside. We had all the rot up underneath where the I can't remember what you call it. God dang it. Yeah, all up there. We got that all secured, all cleaned up, nice and fixed. I'm just trying to pick away at this, get all the rot and the rust. Put all new pieces all up in that corner, all down here. Now we can move on to the other side. There's not as much over in that corner, but there still is a little bit. I did saturate in behind those pieces of metal with, I put some of my Poor Man's Pour 15, which is trim clad and hardener. It works pretty good just to seal up the rust. But yes, so we've been picking away at this. I know a lot of people are interested in the mini quarter scale. And I have been doing some work on it and some testing and tuning and whatnot. Different motors. On this project, we still have this corner up here. You can see there's still some rot. You can see where I kind of tried to get in behind there as best I could to seal up some of the rust. This will all be cut out. This will all be replaced just like I did the other corner. So we get a good seal on the windshield. And we don't have any more rot leaks. Aside of that, on the cab, this bottom needs a little bit of work. Not near as bad as the other side. Alrighty, so we'll move on from that project to, I will show you, this is the motor that was in the little quarter scale build. I did take it out a couple days ago and I run it, and as you can see, we had a little bit of a, as you can see, the ripcord housing where the bell resides kind of had a bit of a meltdown, and it melted down the ripcord. It could not, this is about a 24-25cc weed eater motor, and I had a tune pipe on it, big bore carb, and it just couldn't push the vehicle the way that it should. And I will upload some footage of that. We did videotape that, and you can see how crappily it runs up and down the street. It's not very good, but I will post it anyway for my viewers. Enough about that motor. We're going to move on, just because I've got another mill, that being the second mill. We are now on the third mill for this project. I picked up a 50cc. So we're going from 25, we're doubling it up, 50 cc's, bigger clutch. This motor came with a gearbox. You know, for a pocket bike, mini ATV. But yeah, so I had to modify the frame some more in order to get this nice and low where I wanted it. The pipe, I picked up a pipe, you know, just a Chinese thing, dirt cheap. I'm gonna slice and dice it and make it work, because I want the expansion chamber kind of pocketed in this area. And I've already made a new flange for the motor. This flange is no good. I just chop it off, but basically the pipe will kind of come up like that, and then I'll cut the pipe here, put another little elbow, put the expansion chamber through here. This big old fake muffler, which, you know, probably weighs about a pound, we're just gonna 86 that. We will eliminate it, and I will build a smaller muffler just to kind of hang out in the back here. So kind of what I'm working on at the moment. And if you've noticed, we have lost the grinder belt drive from the motor. And basically what I've done is I took the grinder and I drilled through the housing, and I actually basically gutted it, and I have shafts welded to either side. So potentially it's actually a locked differential now, because I have a shaft coming out both sides. I'll take this tape measure out of the way. Really all I might have to support it. It does slop around. I'm not sure what I'm running for a drive shaft yet, but I did have to make this little bar just so it can't slide side to side. It's kind of like a panhard bar, I guess you could say. But yeah, I was running a piece of 3/16 square stock, which actually fits. I'll move the motor for a second. The 3/16 square stock does fit in your weed eater fittings. It's not a perfect fit, but it's not bad, as you can see. And I was running a piece of that kind of as a makeshift drive shaft on the other motor that had the meltdown. I think I'm going to keep this idea because I devised basically I made this was a failure. This was a piece of Lexan that I was thinking I could use as a brake disc. And the idea was I machined up this little piece of aluminum. I stuck this little, you know, from a weed eater. It's got the square in it. And the idea was that it slides over the square stock, and the caliper, this stuff was all mounted and it can slide, but so wherever I put the caliper, it just kind of has to follow, but can still kind of stop the shaft. But as you can see, Lexan, yeah, don't work, gets hot, it melts. So I think I'm going to make a thin stainless disc. Still run the same braking system because it did work. It did actually lock up the rear wheels till it got hot. Once it got hot and it heated up, it, same as the motor, had a meltdown. So we did post a video, a little short little clip of me spray painting the body for this thing. As you can see, sitting right here, It's had like a week to dry. We have this issue here in Ontario, Canada. There seems to be a lack of gel coat. So I've been waiting more than a week just to get my gel coat. I ordered gel coat. I had it delivered here along with my resin, all my fiberglass matting, all the stuff that I need to start creating a mold on this body. And my gallon of tooling gel coat was basically Jello. It was hard in the can. Called the company. They went in their storeroom. They checked all their other cans. Were no good. So basically I'm looking for an alternative place to get my gel coat. And it seems everybody's out of stock. So my hands are kind of tied there. But the paint turned out nice. It's going to have a sand. I'll probably just do a hand polish on it before I start molding it. I like to pick it up. That way people get to see, get to see its sheer size. It's big. It's cool. It's mostly foam and lumber. Well, by the way, just before I end my video here, so with this motor and the way the chassis is set up, I'm sitting at about 20 pounds. That's with fuel. So, all I gotta say is, until the next video, I hope you follow along, share, like, subscribe. I like reading everybody's comments, good or bad. Till the next video, later.